Let's bring up next Dr. Barry Shapiro. He's a founding member of CABA and a past president. Dr. Shapiro is a fellow chiropractor, and I strive to see my practice grow like he's made his practice grow over the last 25 years, and use networking organizations like CABA to make that happen. So let's bring up Dr. Barry Shapiro.
How you doing? How you doing? It's old, but so are some of us. It's okay. I want to take you back on memory lane a little bit. I have a talk that I give many times about how CABA got started, which John is very generous not to steal my thunder about that, but I want to back you up before 1986. When I came to Tampa in 1979 and opened up my practice, there were no lights on Dale Mabry from Lake Caraway up to 54. Dale Mabry was a 55-mile-an-hour road, and if you talk to people who grew up in this town, they will tell you that this was the boonies. Nobody came up here.
I can attest to that.
There you go. Now, people who are south of Kennedy still don't come up here most of the time, but there's a lot going on. There were no lights. I had no kids back then. My baby's 20, by the way. I had a lot of debt, student loans, office loans, car loans. Not much has changed in 31 years. Although looking down memory lane at these pictures, it's been a blast. Percy had a mustache. Robert Ahern was thin. Rob Cunningham and I had hair. So a lot of things changed. For those of you who've heard this story, put up with it just for a moment. John Bauman was a visionary in many ways, and he's very humble and doesn't tell you the story. But for those of you who remember or maybe don't, Waters Avenue was widened. And when they were widening Waters Avenue, they put a lot of businesses out of business. They closed off driveways. They closed off ingress and egress to their office complexes. And people that we knew were out of business because their businesses were shut down. That's the way the road crews were working back then. And John got all of us together who were in Carrollwood at the time. I think there was only 16 of us who existed in Carrollwood at the time. And we got together and we met at John's office and we said, we cannot allow this to happen. We are new business people. We are growing. We're developing, and we cannot afford to be shut down. We met with DOT. We discussed the problem that was going on Waters Avenue, and we were able to negotiate with them. If you have 2 driveways, close 1. If there's 1 driveway, don't close it until after hours. Do work at night. Use floodlights. That became a very popular theme in road work shortly thereafter. So after the meetings, when we got to get together and get to know each other, and John got us to know each other, we just kept meeting and referring to each other, referring business to each other. Next thing we know, an idea came up in John's mind, maybe we should just form a networking organization. And Mr. Humble over there, John Bauman, is the father of this organization. And we're all children and generous benefactors of it. We make a lot of contacts, friends. I've developed a lot of relationships in CABA. And this afternoon, I just started writing a list that I will go through very quickly for you of some of the business types that I've been able to do business with through CABA. CPAs, advertising marketing, AC repair, attorneys, auto repair, banks, background checks, bookkeeping, carpet cleaning, cell phones, realtors, computer consultants, printing, dentists, dry cleaners, engineers, floor coverings, building contractors, golf courses. There's a method to this. I'll get to it. Government people, hair salons. Well, I used to go to a lot of hair salons.
Me too.
And I will tell you that I still go to one, but she asked me not to tell you who it is, although she's a CABA member and she goes like this all the time. But don't judge her product by yours truly. Health products, home inspectors. There's a point to this. Stay with me. Insurance services, massage therapy, medical clinics, moving companies, newspapers, nonprofits, office supplies, payroll services, promotional products, radiology, real estate, rental equipment, restaurants, schools. Schools. Look at the school that's hosting us tonight. Isn't that nice? signs, sports teams, sports merchandise, thrift stores, title insurance, travel, wardrobe consultants. 289 Nick. Where are you, Nick? Who loves you, Nick? Nick Cargiani, our man. Wholesale clubs and wine sales. Who's got a glass of wine? Raise your hands.
There you go.
My point of all this is that 25 years later in CABA, how's it going out there? It's a tough time. It's a tough economy. You could be in business I'm in business 31 years. And it's amazing to look back and think of how today is so similar to 1979 when I opened in so many ways. It's a tough time, but it's a great time to be in CABA. More than any other time, this is a great time for you to be in CABA. Because of all the people that you know in the room, of all the people that are in the organization, of all the people that are listed in the beautiful directory that just came out this year, now, more than ever, when the economy's suffering, when your businesses suffer because your clients are suffering, when Dr. Lane and I I'm on third-generation patients, believe it or not. I know I look like a kid, but I'm treating third-generation patients already. When a patient comes into one of our offices that's been a patient, and they say, I need you, and I can't pay you, what do? You take care of them. If they need printing supplies, if they need a haircut, if they need some service from you, you're going to do it because CABA is full of people that are unique. They are high quality, they are professional, they are friendly, and now, more than ever, you need to be networking with your fellow members. You need to get to know the people in this room. You need to not only get business, you need to give business. And it will come back to you, as the saying goes, tenfold. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be here tonight. It was a thrill that John invited me that first meeting. It's been a great experience for me in my life and in my business. And what I would tell you all, what you put in, you get out tenfold. Take the time, make the time, share with friends. We are all friends. We are all family. I love you. Have a great night. Thank you.
All right, I'm going home now. I don't have another thing to say. Amen, Doc. Amen. Okay, next we want to bring up our 25-year membership awards, and we're going to present them. I'm going to bring up Maria Patterson, our executive director, and she's going to help me with that. Now, these are members that have been around for 25 years, obviously, and we are lucky enough, and I think an organization like ours, these members are still active in CABA today, so it's a great honor to have them with us. Our first one, our father of CABA, John Bauman, with Bauman, Raimondo, and Company CPAs. Can you get a camera? Thank you, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Just hang out right here for me. That's good. Next, we have Dr. Barry Shapiro with Carewood Family Medical and Rehabilitation Center. We have Julia Standard with Coldwell Banker. Where's Julia? Is she here tonight? Our very own Noreen Klein with Florida Consumer Law Center. You must have been like 3 or 4 when you joined, right?
3.
She was 3. And last we have David Alessandro with Alessandro and Alessandro PA. Let's give these guys a big round of applause for all their service and all that they do for CABA. We thank you guys. Got it?
25 years ago, CABA was formed with a small group of relatively poor at the time entrepreneurs in my office. And the motivation for forming this group was to get everyone to network together, help each other understand the products and services that each offered, and essentially do business with people that we enjoyed doing business and socializing with. We were also community oriented in that our initial objective was to work on road construction, lighting, and other needs for local businesses. In the end, it all worked for our benefit. We supported each other, we motivated each other, we drove each other, and at the end, we all made money as a result of it. So money may have been the motivator at the very base, but in truth, it was a lot of fellowship and an awful lot of just plain friendship and fun. Join CABA.